Hello, my friends. I'm Rick, and this is your seat at the table, and we're talking all things BattleTech, Mech Warrior, so on. You're looking at CityTech. This came as a box set in the 90s, I believe. Don't quote me on the exact time and date. And I still actually have the box. It's out there, but it's full of other stuff. I think it's the box I'm using to hold all the cardboard cutouts and pieces that came with a couple of the box sets back in the day. So what we basically have is an expanded set of rules for city combat and some updated rule sets and some new things. Some of that great 80s, 90s artwork, of course. And not sure what year, exact year this came out. Not sure I think it's where it came out, if it's even in here. Let's see. Tale of Two Cities, introduction, table of contents, here at very front. Well, it doesn't give me a date either. It just gives me some of the fine individuals who were part of this product. L. Ross Babcock III, Jordan K. Wiseman, Forrest G. Brown, bunch of playtesters, graphic design, most of them, you know how this stuff works out. So, Tale of Two Cities, introduction, game setup, components needed, counters, BattleMech record sheets, CityTech map sheets. Came with two of the map sets, which I've used for background once or twice. They're over here in this pile over here someplace. Sheets, the various chits that came with it, buildings and things like this when we used all flat D stuff, how to play the game. So in a nutshell, you could play BattleTech with just this game set. You really didn't need to have the original box set or the updated version of the box set, although it was helpful. You could make use of just what's here. The truth is, if all of you who have played BattleTech as the tabletop war game understand, the basic concept and the rules are pretty simple, pretty easy. Not hard to get a grip on once you get a grip on it, and then you can just add some additional the advanced rules, other scenario rules, and things like this. It's still expanding upon a basic set of knowledge that's pretty easy to follow. And to their credit, they haven't tried to reinvent the wheel over and over again like some game systems do. Some game companies seem to have this absolute madness when it comes to completely revamping stuff when it's not necessary. Just pointing that out, in my opinion. So we talk about movement, running, and skidding, the basic concepts of BattleTech and maneuver around your board. In CityTech, we have things for falling, occupying hexes, piloting skill rolls, dropping to the ground, falling, determine the location after fall. And then, in particular, falling from a great height. Falling from you jump your mech and it cuts out. And you got to drop. You get blown off the top of a 12-story building. Yeah, you kind of want to know that sort of stuff. You're not going to be in good shape to take a fall from that height. And various combat scenarios, CityTech, light woods, water, other obstacles, range, multiple targets, to hit modifications, to hit modifiers, to base hit to hit modifiers, movement modifiers, terrain modifiers to movement, and to hitting, prone mechs and weapon fire, firing when down or when prone, hit location, BattleMechs side hits, determining hit location, determining damage value, critical hits, torso, arm hits, determining critical hits, all kinds of things. Critical hits, the cockpit sensors, your head's blown off, your hips shot off or freezes up, physical attacks, heat sink critical hits. I think it's this section on the critical hits was the main expansion from the basic set of rules. Once again, I can't be 100%. It's been 30 years since I've played any of this stuff. I'm just being truthful. I haven't played any of this rule set in at least 30 years. So if you think I'm wrong or you know I'm wrong, by all means, put a caveat and send a comment. I accept it. Not kicking, charging, basic. We got our basic sheets here. Vehicle record sheets. As you can see, I've never pulled any of these out of the books. I always went out and got copies made, and then I used copies of copies. That's why they're still all intact and in pretty good shape. Because once you start pulling these things out, you're screwed. You're going to lose them. It's like the books that are full of these things. If you take those and you run them out and you take them down to this and to the nearest Xerox machine and use the Xerox machine, those things are going to last forever. If you go and you dismantle your book, well, then the book's gone, right? So this would be reinforcements for the BattleMech record sheets for 3025. Right? Just saying, man. Just saying. Resist the urge. Resist the urge, brother. CityTech, accident falls, the domino effect, falling Mech hits target, falling Mech misses a target, heat points, build up heat, affects the heat, shut down, ammunition exploding, buildings, movement, combat, vehicle record sheets, drivers and gunners, location tables, engine table, vehicle table, determining engine rating, choose the tonnage, weapons and munitions, vehicle record. Now the way I think about it, no, I think I did. About 10 years. 10 years ago, there was about a year there off and on. I had an associate who was into BattleTech, and we were playing kind of hit and miss using his stuff, and because my stuff was in storage and unavailable to me at that time, so it was, is what it is. I enjoyed the time. I don't remember it always being exactly the way I thought it was supposed to be based off of his interpretation of the rules, but that's common. I mean, if you played long enough, you played enough variety of people, that's common that not everybody's going to agree with the interpretation of something. That, sir, is human nature. And pretty much everything that we do is how we perceive something or how we interpret something. And when we can both be looking at the same thing and not see it or recognize it or accept it in the exact same way, regardless of what the obvious outcome is. Excuse me, damn it. Suddenly I got the yawns. I've had a long weekend. It's not even really into the weekend. I worked all night Thursday night. Got about 3 hours of sleep yesterday. Went to bed about 10 o'clock last night, 11 o'clock. Got up at 5:30 because I couldn't sleep again. Not that you guys care. Hold your ears. Oh, that's me running off on a tangent again. Because you know what? My damn furnace is crapping out, and I'm going to have to get another furnace. That's $5 grand. That's what I've managed to get a loan for $5 grand. So this Betty furnace better be under $5 grand, or I'm going to have a problem. And then I have to figure out how to pay for the damn thing. I already have problems paying her bills now. So I told the wife, we're going to have to give up the cable. Cable has to go. That'll be $100, $100 plus a month. Right? I got to have the internet, but we don't need the cable. And $175 more a month paying. Just this is the reason why I can't afford health care. This is just one of those never-ending things. And 3-year loan to replace my blasted furnace because I can't get it. The cost of fixing it, it's just, might as well replace the damn thing. So that's where we're heading. Anyway, hidden movement, basements, landing fields. My apologies. I didn't mean to get off on a segue. Just, just be, only people I get to talk to is you. Talk to my wife, but she ain't on the same. We're on that too. We both can see the same thing and not accept what we see. Anyway, so some clips on some of the smaller mech, Snocker, Hunchback, the basic mechs, and stuff that was already in the 3025. Anyway, there you go. That's just a view of CityTech BattleTech game of urban combat. See, when I first saw it on the shelf, I bought it thinking it was actually going to be a whole another game, another level of game, when reality is majority of the rule sets in here are basically the original basic stuff, and then they've added some new stuff to deal with the environment urban combat, but I actually expected it to be completely devoted to urban combat and urban expansion set of rules to augment the original, not just to kind of overlap each other. And we talk about a monetary thing. When that sort of thing happens, there's always some 20%, 15, 20% of a product that is new. But when the other 70% or 80% is the original stuff, and your money, it's always been a thing. I mean, I've never been a wealthy individual all my life. I've always had to make some decisions, and sometimes I didn't make good ones. The reason I own so much in the way of game-related material that comes from those eras was because I spent a big chunk of my paycheck every week on buying this stuff, and I stayed at my parents into my 30s, and that's caused me more problems. And it took me many years to wake up and learn that, and it is what it is, right? So anyway, till next time, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm still having issues with the sound on this, and this just may be me. My hearing's going south. My right ear, all the years of working with machinery hammered away. Even with ear protection, it's not 100%. And there's many years when I didn't have decent ear protection, and it's taking its toll. And I'm getting old. So the sound on this, when I'm out at work, and I'm in the diesel truck is loud. Just driving down the interstate, it's loud. And when you're sitting in a parking lot at 3 in the morning with the pump running, it's loud. And so when I try to listen to my own videos, a lot of it gets drowned out. My voice has a tendency to get drowned out, which I'm a loud, bombastic individual by nature, which is kind of ironic that when I do videos, it just seems sometimes my voice gets drowned out by the sound. The lack of sound. So I don't know. Anyway, till next time, let's keep running down the damn rabbit holes. Huh? Yeah? Going on, my friends. This is Rick, and hey, if you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell your buddies, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell anybody else that's in the gaming industry or gaming fandom that says, hey, this is a channel worth checking out, right? Till next time, I hope you guys have yourself